Hi, I'm Mary Ann Minnick, and this is Kenny. Kenny's 18 years old, and he came to live with us from a shelter in central Indiana about 5 summers ago. He was 13 when he came to live with us, and he had lived there for 7 years. People never realized how old he was or how old he is. They always think he's a lot younger. He's always had a wonderful spirit, and he's really friendly. Kenny's about 45 pounds. We know he's part shepherd, and we've guesstimated that he's also part coyote because he's so small. We're here today talking about Kenny because we wanted to give you an idea of what's going on with him. About a year ago, he was diagnosed with a disease called degenerative myelopathy. Degenerative myelopathy basically destroys the spinal column, and it starts in the hind end. Basically, what happens is within the spinal column, there are the nerves, and around the nerves, or axons, are the myelin. And this disease destroys the myelin that protects the nerves and ultimately the nerves. The final determination for degenerative myelopathy is a DNA test. And once they're diagnosed, typically people have a tendency to put them down about 3 to 6 months after the diagnosis. It's one of those things that you really have to see how your dog is doing. It's all a quality of life. If you can maintain and the dog can maintain, then keep going. Kenny's been dealing with degenerative myelopathy for over a year now. So we're really happy. We're really proud of the fact that he's doing so well. Part of that is not only the exercise that we try to give him, but we're very careful about the nutrition that he gets. Almost a year after he was originally diagnosed, he really started having trouble walking. His back legs started to scrape the ground, and he would get very wobbly, and his back legs would start to cross. And so what we're doing now is we have a brace, and that basically helps me hold up his back end so that he can use his front end to walk. At this stage, which is July of 2010, he no longer can stand on his own. Kenny's back legs right now are, if you can see, he's got a lot of fur, but his muscles are pretty much atrophied. So he really can't support himself. We tried using a cart a number of months ago. The problem for Kenny is that his front end, though he still has strength to keep walking, it's not strong enough to counterbalance that cart. One of the things that we are very careful about doing and very conscious of doing is trying to make sure he gets as much exercise as possible. I set him up first on the ground like this, or on the couch, or wherever he's laying, and then pick him up. I support his hip in the back, and then I pick him up so that way he's all ready to go. And again, he's all shedding. So let's go for a walk, Kenny. Even though Kenny is technically incontinent, he still lets us know when he has to go potty. So in the house, we keep a belly band on him because he does have accidents. But we get him outside as much as possible and walk him around as much as possible to help maintain the muscle structure. I jokingly say that I'm invested in piddle pads, in stock for piddle pads, because we try to keep those with him at all times. The important thing is to keep him as clean as possible, and as happy as possible, and as mobile as possible. So that's what we do. Kenny's not ready to leave this world yet. And when he does, he'll know that we did the best that we could for him, and will know that.